5, 4, 3, 2.
1.
Oh, we should have counted that down to crack. We should have. Hey, joining us now is the team unpaved of the Susquehanna River Valley at Cricket of the Week. Dave, do you have a crack tip? There we go. Dave Pryor and Cimmaron Chicon. Did I get that right?
Yeah, close enough.
Close enough. Welcome, guys. It is just absolutely fantastic to have you join us. Where are you guys calling us from tonight?
We are from the foothills. Yeah, Middleburg, actually, just down south from Middleburg, just south of Rusty Rail Brewing Company, and the foothills of our course. You can see it from the window.
Are you guys staying at Brett and Elisa's, cutting their grass?
No one is no Brett. You can't see Brett anymore. The grass is over his head. Poor little near 1-year-old. Yeah, he's one now. Eli is crawling through, getting ticks. Yeah. Wes, where are you?
Yeah. Well, it won't be long before Eli will be able to cut the grass, and nobody will have to worry about it. And then Joey will come watch Eli cut the grass, and we don't want Joey around Eli when Joey's watching people cut grass. So everybody in our world knows Father Dave, but Cimmaron, you are new, so we need you to tell us a little bit about who you are.
Oh my. Well, do you want the good or the bad or the ugly?
All of the above. All of the above. Based on our pre-show, I think we're going to get along really well. So let's dive in where you want to go.
So Dave and I met because I put on the single speed cyclocross world championship for 19 in Utah, which was kind of like a challenge accepted. You cannot do debauchery in Utah, and I proved everybody wrong.
Woohoo!
Nice.
More seriously, though, I've been a race director for 14 years. I mostly in the mountain bike world is what I'm known for. The Truger Epic, which is a season opener for the NUE series. However, I've done quite a bit of cross, and I did help to develop the Rift in Iceland, although I'm not the race director anymore.
Wow.
So I've been around for a while. I'm a landscape architect, and I've designed a lot of mountain bike trails as well.
Now, where do you call home?
Well, tomorrow it will be Lewisburg.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I grew up in Colorado, in Boulder, and for the last 20 years I've lived in St. George, Utah.
Okay, I know St. George well. When we did, I led a couple of weeks of adventure cycling north rim of the Grand Canyon tours, and we staged in and out of St. George.
Yeah, cool.
Beautiful, beautiful place. Absolutely.
It is.
So, you've gone from one beautiful place there to another beautiful place with Pennsylvania, no doubt.
Yeah, and I should clarify that they will be bi-regional.
Okay.
We'll be splitting our time between here and St. George over the.
Okay. Well, wow, that's actually perfect. I can imagine going back and
It
forth.
actually is, yes.
Between
Yes,
two more beautiful
summer's here, and fall and winter there, and.
Wait. unPaved's in the fall. Did I not tell you that?
But later fall. St.
Gotcha.
George fall
Okay.
doesn't start until November.
Oh, okay. Then we're good.
Yeah.
So how did you end? You ended up with Dave. You guys knew each other from other events. Dave, all of our listeners will probably want to know. I mean, is unPAved growing up here, and you're staffing up? What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, that is exactly. That's the short version for sure. Maybe not that long of a version. The last couple of years, I think for any event director, have been super trying in a lot of ways. I got off light with being able to pull it off with unPAved in 2020, but I say that it was a ton of work putting off for 200 people during COVID, but we managed to make it work, and no one got COVID from it that we know of, so felt pretty good from that. Put on was in a great event 2021. It was amazing in every regard, other than the fact it nearly broke me in half. It was one of those things where I nearly lost a couple friends. Didn't lose them. It was close. And I'm not in this to lose friends. So had to figure out how this is going to continue, not even grow, but how to continue going forward. Right. Started talking to a bunch of event director friends, Cimmaron being one of them, and we just started hitting it off, like ideas from this and that, like how to do things, how to run things. She's a super pro, talking about how to handle things that I was making up as I go, and she does them regularly, and like that's simpler if you do it this way. And it just started making sense talking forward. It was also just interesting timing from her side of what she wanted to do and other events she wanted to take on, and it worked out on her calendar. So she came out in January and got a lay of the land as best we could. We couldn't get in the woods because you can't ride those roads in the winter here. But we got a pretty good taste of things. She got a taste of a whoopie pie. That was key. And
It was luscious.
it was delicious. We had a bunch of beers
Yeah.
and met a bunch of good people here. And yeah, so, and we joked a lot. It's like around the same time as when, everyone's starting to worry about, the UCI is coming to gravel. Is the UCI going to ruin gravel? It's like, I know how to fight the UCI. Put a couple single speed cyclocross world promoters together and we'll fight the UCI together. No problem. We're not scared of them. We're very simpatico. We're very much focused on fun for everyone. That's key. While there's a lot of fun with fast people in racing and the camaraderie of competition, she 100% gets like everyone needs to be having a great time. And so this is going to be a pretty great working relationship. So yeah, we're growing up.
Cool. Now, this year's event, what's going to, let's get the basics out there first. I think most, if not all of our listeners know or should know unPAved, but if they don't, let's talk about the event dates, the locations, the number of riders, and then we can dive into sort of the distances and the routes. So Dave, you'd already mentioned it's a fall event date.
Is this a pop quiz for Cimmaron?
Or anybody.
October 9th.
October 9th.
Yes.
And that's a Sunday.
Oh, good. I'm right.
It's a Sunday, which is
It's a Sunday.
And Monday
It's like the best event setup ever.
Yeah, because it's on a Sunday, so you got plenty of travel time coming down on Saturday. You've got a holiday on Monday, which even if you don't have like a holiday schedule where you get off, it's still kind of one of those days where you can kind of make it work. So
a relaxed holiday.
Yeah, exactly. And the location is
Lewisburg, Pennsylvania.
Yes. It's weird having both of us here. I'm trying not to.
I'm sure. You want me to direct questions to one and then the other? So Cimmaron, how many riders? What's the number of riders? What do the caps look like?
About 1,400. Got 800 on the big course. Yeah. We've got 120 overnighters, about 400 on the smaller course, and then we've got a few special slots for some special guests that will probably be showing up.
So when you crack that door, what kind of special guests are we talking about?
Well,
or do
one.
you know yet?
Well, I mean, always we want to celebrate our sponsors and their riders, so we hold some spots for those.
Sure.
And we have volunteers and other people that also participate, and we want to make sure. So those are our main special guests. I'm thinking Tinker might be here this year. Dropping some names.
Like Tinker Warhead?
That one.
Okay, I didn't know if it was,
Yeah.
wow. I didn't know if it was another
He and I have done some stuff together, so he's now that he's with Floyd's, it's a good fit in his calendar.
Now, what are the distances and the different routes?
Dave?
I'll jump to this one. So what we reformatted it a little bit. So when you sign up for unPAved, you can choose your adventure. You can ride 54 miles, you can ride 90 miles, you can ride 120 miles. Those are the options based off of how the route builds off of each other. And you can start when you want. And if you get to a point, then the next level of the course unlocks and you can then ride more if you want. Or you can decide, I'm good and I can turn back at 54 and head down to the Rusty Rail Brewing and stop at that aid station. But we wanted to kind of make it a choose your own adventure system versus a, I signed up for this and I need to finish this or I'm going to die.
Right.
Kind of done with that sort of feeling. So, it's kind of the vibe you guys have been talking about with like have your event, have your day.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're hopping on that in a big way. So
Nice.
the 54-mile route, rail trail up into does get the biggest climb of the day. We don't want you to miss that, to the aid station, and then you can turn left. Or if you get there on, what are the times again? Hold on. Say if you get there by 9 a.m., between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m., you can then continue riding on the 90 to 120 course. And that gets you back out of the forest for a little bit, over another hill, down the beautiful Cherry Runs tunnel of leaves, over to the Popatty aid station. Get to Popatty anytime between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. You can go ride the difference. Enjoy. Brian, you want to tell people what the difference is like?
It's miserable. It's miserable fun. It's definitely like a type A kind of fun, and I enjoyed it, believe it or not. But I'll also say I never want to do it again. I've done it once, and I love this idea of not having to commit to a distance because
Yeah.
you're registering for an event now that's happening months from now. You don't know
Right.
what's going to happen to you between now and then. What kind of training? You may have a life event that comes
Exactly.
up, and you still want to do the event. but you're
Exactly,
right.
yeah.
You feel that pressure to do what you said you were going to do months ago, and going into it like this, you really, it's a game time decision.
Yeah.
And even that, it's like after the game has started, you can call an audible and go a different
Mhm.
direction.
Yep.
It's the sports vernacular.
It is worth making it
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, coolest rest stop
yeah,
at a bike event
absolutely,
Nice.
absolutely.
And you're talking about, a lot of people who, of course, we've all had, like you said, a life event or that call. I just can't make it because I didn't get to train because I was sick. But have you ever had that day that you're like, oh my God, I feel incredible? I didn't think I was going to feel this good. And to be able to, maybe you were mentally thinking you were going to do the 50, and all of a sudden you're like, I think I could do the 90. It gives that option as well. So it gives
that
the
other
option
side.
to push yourself, to take that chance, if you're ready. And I like that as well. So both sides of it.
You
So,
know,
is it that bridge is fixed? Well,
Yeah.
you definitely
The bridge is
want
fixed.
people-
Yes.
you- the 50 turned into the fun page.
yeah.
So, okay.
So the 50 is back as a gravel event, no longer the what we called unPAved, which is mostly road. The bridges are fixed, and so I actually think that 54 course is damn near perfect day. You get one giant climb, but you get two amazing descents, two fantastic aid stations, two vistas. Like it's a pretty great day on a bike, and the same
I
thing with the
did that.
90. Yeah,
I did that the first year. The first year that I did the event, I did the 50 whatever. And yeah, because you had that really big climb early in the day, and then it just felt like the rest of the day. I don't want to put the label easy on it because none of it's easy.
Just on the eyes.
But yeah, easy on the eye.
easy in the eye, very nicely. Thank you.
It
Yeah.
really had like a super flowy, like hard work at the beginning of the day, and then it was almost like you just kind of got to enjoy those vistas and, like you said, the aid stations and coming back. And
Your only problem was you said you started too early for the 50.
yeah, because we were kind of all
So
by
you're gonna
yourself.
stagger that if
Yeah.
that's your goal.
If you're going to do the 50, I think you want to start just a touch smidge later in the
Definitely,
in the
yeah.
morning. And that also gives you the opportunity, since you don't have an actual start time. What's the last window of time to head out?
Well, if you're doing it 30, you can really start, I don't know, like noon or 2 p.m. even. So it's hard to regulate that. So we're giving suggested times, and make sure. And I think people have figured this out a lot too, based off of we have made our own adventures the last couple of years. What time can I get to this and that by? So the aid stations aren't open forever. The course sections of it will close. So if you think you need 14 or so hours to do 120 miles and you really want to try and do that, then yeah, start at 7:30 when we first open the course up. But if you think you don't need that much time, you can start around 9 or 10, depending. And if you aren't having your day, then you know when you can make some adjustments.
Yeah.
I-
There will be hard cutoff times. So people will, we'll need to be aware of those. The idea is you don't want to force disappointment by exactly what I said. If I mean, there's nothing worse than starting late and then realizing that you could have done something. You have the energy, but you're just slower because some people are slower,
Right.
and but they have incredible endurance. So we're hoping that this just gives everybody a chance to do their pace.
I think
Yep.
you just described me. I can ride
Yes.
forever, but I'm not going to ride forever quickly. I can get her
He's
done.
still going. He's still
Yeah.
going.
I can get her done, but it's not going to happen on a lickety split. I can tell you that right now. So one of the things, I want to confirm one more time, with that bridge being open, we don't have to climb back up that dragon's tooth at the end of the day coming out of the ranch, do we?
We just discussed that with Brett at Rusty Rail a half hour ago, and no, we will not need to push you back,
Hallelujah.
everyone back. Yeah,
Because that was a long 0.6 of a mile walk for Brian.
you were not alone.
In the
I think that was an hour
man.
time segments for a lot of people.
I was in the dark, walking with nothing but a little dancing flashlight in front of me, and that was probably the low point, but also the most magical point, quite frankly.
That was marking Wasawa's lowest point of the day as I was walking and it arrived after me.
We're also working on the weather. We're also going to try and make it a little less gritty. But
Hey,
No, that was
I'm-
so perfect though. That was so
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
I don't. You know what? I'm going to say this about unpaved. I don't care what the weather is.
I like that.
All right.
A little wet,
I-
a little gloomy.
You know that there's going to be this. You did 21 unpaved. Remember that?
Yeah.
And you talk to people, you see that jersey. I was down at Croatan, and I proudly wore my unpaved jersey for the long
You look great in
weekend
it.
at Buck 50. And here's a guy. I see him. He's wearing his unpaved 21 jersey, and we had to strike up a little conversation. It was like, yeah, that was something, wasn't it? You've got
Yeah.
that shared experience.
Nice.
So the weather, if it's beautiful, great. If it's not, great. Who cares? Let's do the thing.
Oh, cool.
I-
And I appreciate that because as we've all seen in various gravel events, if it rains, there are courses where you're walking for 10 miles and oof, that's hard. And
Well-
we have now proven that it can rain for a good stretch and our course is basically still rideable. It may suck, but it's still rideable.
It was
Y-
beautiful.
Yeah.
I think it
You,
made it even
you have great soil here. I mean,
Yeah.
you have great. The soil here is fantastic. I mean, there's no clay. It's there's a lot, like he said, there's a lot of races in the West that they're shut down.
Yeah.
You're basically picking up your bike with 50 pounds of mud. So this is just a bit of ass splatter.
So with the, what is your guys' expectations as far as like bike setup, whether it rains or not? I don't like. What is the ideal setup for a dry day? Is it different than a rainy day for suggestions?
It's still dependent. Also, there are people that there are sections of this course. Longwell Draft gets a lot of notoriety, and I guess rightfully so. But I think it's rideable on darn near anything short of road. But there's more like it. So Brett Chatterton would take pretty wide tires and do all sorts of chunky things. But as far as our course goes, I feel pretty confident in like the 38 to 42 range of tire works great. I think it can be, if you knew it was going to be dry, I think it could go skinnier. I just wouldn't want to do that on some of the fast descents because there are corners on them. And that's terrifying, at least for me as an event promoter. So I think, go ahead.
I rolled my 47s, those 650 47s.
Oh, you run 650s? Okay.
Well, I did last year because that was the 650 was what allowed me to get a wider tire in my older diverge frame. My 700s, I couldn't go anything bigger than a 38.
Okay.
So I wanted that extra rubber, so I used the 650s to get to the 47. And I felt so confident on the descents. Confidence like I've never felt before, quite frankly. I always, because we don't get a lot of big gravel descent. I get a lot of pucker going down, those big gravel descents when we get.
It's
to
a couple
it.
miles long, yeah.
Yeah, and so I felt really good. I was passing people on some of the descents. Now, not in the dark, but I felt really good. I felt confident. But then I really do think the 650s slowed me down for my riding style a little bit. I felt in some of the places they didn't quite cut the mustard. I'm thinking about some of that hard top that's between the two big gravel sections. I kind of suffered there, and I think that's what took a lot of time away from me and made my day a very long day. But the 47s, man, felt fantastic.
Cool. Yeah, I've descended on some 47s too, and they are pretty special. You do feel invincible.
And I'm rolling big 50s now.
Oh, jeez.
I did Crotan.
Monster truck.
I did Crotan.
Those are my hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
I rode them once and gave them the bride.
It's because they were eating your frame up. You know you're jelly
My
that I
Kona
got them.
will,
I fit those 50s just fine with my flip chip in my Atso work. And I'm going to tell you what, I rolled those 50s at Crotan, and they're fast. They felt really, really fast. So I'm thinking that's going to be my tire of choice, just because I want that confidence of all that rubber on the descents, and I'm not too worried about, because they've proven the fact that they can actually roll fast.
So, yeah, basically, you just need a little bike setup for a riser.
Well, I'm sorry.
What are some other suggestions for folks that haven't been to this before, as far as in general, like what do riders need to know?
We have really well-stocked aid stations. You might gain weight on this ride. Pack lights, because it is a long day, especially if you stop at aid stations for an hour and eat a lot. By that, I mean an hour each.
And not just little lights, not just road lights. Like,
Yeah,
I think,
not flashlights dangling up your handlebar. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's some serious dark cover in there. That I've learned.
Yeah.
We are.
That was a mistake that I made last year too. I carried way too much stuff on the bike that I did not need. Y'all scared me to death with the whole difference and flatten. I think I had 4 tubes on me, and I didn't need any of them.
Well, you don't until maybe you do. Like, tubes are not a bad thing to have on you, because
Yeah.
if you're doing the difference, then there's that 4 miles of rocky stuff that people have flat a choice on. Most don't. If you just pick and choose your way down, you can make it, again, short of a road bike. It's doable, but confidence is not a bad thing to have. And again, you could be out there all day. Of the 120 miles, if you're doing 120, that's 40 of it is timed. If you're into the competitive side of it, if you're doing the 90 and the 54, those things will keep track of your time, but there's no results, or the results are posted, but there's no prizes for that sort of thing. You're having a great big bike ride.
Okay.
And we have not talked about the unPAved is back, the 30 and the 20 mile. So those courses are also available. The 30 is what Jess did twice, I guess, last year. Which is an awesome story. I still love that story. I listened to it a couple times. So having those back, great, and they still get an aid station at Rusty Rail Brewing Company.
So that sounds like actually a fantastic way to, so say you've got somebody that wants to come along for the weekend and doesn't want to just sit around, but they're not ready to actually go climb a hill that's gravelly and gnarly. Instead, they just want a nice.
Well, yeah, that first climb is 3 miles long. I mean, that's a mountain. I mean,
yeah.
I know Cimmaron comes from Utah, where there's bigger mountains, but once you start climbing, that's an actual mountain. And you make a good point. It is also a weekend. Festivities start on Friday night. We have the fall. We'll be back at the main park in downtown. So lots of fun all weekend long. Group rides going out on Saturday. So it's a weekend, and it's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Great celebration.
And now registration has just opened. And have you guys? Let's see. It opened. We're recording here on Tuesday, the 26th. It opened yesterday, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
And is it already sold?
No, but when does this air?
Halfway right now.
Halfway.
Almost exactly halfway. Yep. Right. Almost 700 people. So.
Wow. Man, and that's, now the 1400 that you're doing this year, what's that up from last year, Dave?
We had spots, but then it rained, so we had a lot of no shows. We had roughly 900 people on bikes,
Okay.
so we had 1,200 registered last year.
Okay. All right.
But getting the 54 back into the forest and then doubling the size of the overnighter slumber party, that's adding up to things. So
How is
Well-
registration going for that?
It's about everything's about half, actually. Yeah, it's kind of really balanced. Yeah, there's 50 people in the slumber party, so close to half. By the way, Dave's brilliance of naming it.
it's a
The
year
slumber
later of
party.
brilliance, but should have called it that from the get-go.
A little prodding. I
getting
said,
ready-
Dave.
I was getting ready to give
Oh,
some
go ahead.
kudos on the name because that's fantastic. I love that.
Yeah.
Slumber party.
Oh, I
It's
just
what it
was like,
turned
Dave.
into.
Yeah.
Yeah, overnighters boring. Name it something cool. And then he's like, oh, how about the slumber party? Done.
I almost want to sign up just because of that, for that part of it.
Are
Yeah.
there going to be pillow fights at the slumber party? That's what I need to know.
I have a question. Do the Amish make nice pillowcases and like homemade little pillows?
Ooh,
I'm sure they
I'm
do.
sure they do. They're probably
Over
Yeah.
super fun.
It actually, here's a great idea. Let's have a Pennsylvania Dirtbags pillow fight against everybody else, and the pillowcases are full of whoopie pies. Case is going to be full of natural light that we're actually bringing back.
Oh, nice.
I have all of that still, Dave. I saved
Aging in your cellar?
all that
aging
that
out
natural
my
light's
patio.
coming back,
It's
DA
going
Dirtbags.
I was gonna bring it to the hush money thing, but
Me too.
Yeah, that kind of blew
that's
up on
going
our
back to
face.
John and the boys. Yeah.
Yeah. What can folks expect when they visit? What's the weekend look like? We've kind of alluded to it a little bit, but what's not the slumber party, but what's the weekend in town look like? Cimmaron, I'm gonna throw that one over to you or Dave.
What? You
Whoever
want me to
wants it.
tell you what the weekend's gonna be like?
Whoever wants it.
You talk about
Dave
the
can
plan.
handle
I'll
this
add
one.
color. Oh, okay.
I can talk about the plan of slumber party, but he can talk about the whole weekend.
So we'll do the ungraveled party again with Susquehanna River Valley Visitors Bureau setting around town. We're going to simplify that a little bit. Maybe less scavenger hunt and more bopping around good places. We're talking with Salsa Cycles about making a film festival at the theater that night as well.
Oh, nice.
So stay tuned for more information on that. They have a lot of great ideas. They're coming back, and we're really excited to have them come back in person.
Yeah.
The Lewisburg Fall Festival will be back into the main park in downtown. It was nice over where we were, but it's be much better to be right off the main drag. The food and kids activities and vendors and sponsors and partners and part bike festival, part craft show, part beer tent, all the good things. Woolly worm winter prognostication, so that'll we'll find out what next winter will be like as well. Kelly Catali would like, our 3-time women's champ, would like to take people out on other bike rides. We're going to put a little more structure around that as well, and put routes out for people who want to just spin their legs either to the Rusty Rail and back or any other fine establishments around. So that'll all happen on Saturdays. You pick up your stuff. And then Sunday, everyone will go for a great big bike ride, anywhere from 20 to 120 miles. And then come back for the unPAved party. And that will get ramped up again with beer and birch beer and whoopie pies and food trucks and the other good is it Kick It to the Curb? I forget the name of the cafe right now in the Miller Center. They were fun too. And then Monday, I might go for a bike ride myself, and then anyone wants to come for a bike ride with me.
I think there's a good chance that you're gonna see Dave on course a lot of
What?
weekends
What?
because
What?
I'm taking up some of his. Yeah, he's gonna be the Godfather of gravel.
Nice.
That is
Ooh, maybe I'll lead a
awesome.
group ride.
Boy. Wow.
In costume,
Wow.
I'm guessing.
Nice.
Bacon suit may make a comeback.
Oh, Bacon Suit needs to make a comeback.
Please,
Yes.
please and yes, please and yes. That will be just awesome. In fact, if you could, that would be better than getting a picture on the chase. Is to actually get your picture, find Dave on course in the bacon suit, and get your picture. It's like a little
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
inside. And Dave, you could hide in the woods and like pop out from behind trees.
Oh
Uh,
my.
I already have Army J for that. Actually, find Army J on course too. Maybe that would be a good one.
He makes people fall over when he jumps out from behind the trees, though.
He's too busy fishing.
Shout out, yeah. Any shout outs for event sponsors?
Oh, all the event sponsors. We love our event sponsors. Cimmaron, I'll let you take this one.
Oh well, you know the tourism board of Susquehanna Valley, and this is kind of rude because I'm just getting it ramped up. But we've got salsa and stands, which are back, and excited to announce that Giordana is our new apparel sponsor, and they have put together a really amazing kit for us this
Yeah.
year.
It
It's
is
camo.
stunning.
It is amazing. So we are very excited, and I have a lot of sponsors to meet. So I love you all for being part of this. If you're listening, and I can't wait to meet you.
Yeah, it's been a super flurry getting this transition. Simran's done a fantastic job, and now it's going to be great to go, hey, this is Nittany Mountain Works. They do this, and this. Do you like pierogies? Try these. We've already been to Rusty Rail a couple times. Richie, Philly Bike Expo, she's already met Bina with them. Lupine, you haven't met yet, but they're super cool. It's backyard beans, reload bags. A lot of great people want to come back and have fun with everyone, so this is going to be a good time.
Is Floyd's back? Is Floyd's going to be there?
Yep.
Absolutely. That's what we're all looking forward to. I have become a
Customer.
I'm pretty sure it was unPAved of 21 that brought Brian to the CBD regular usage family, and it has made. I'll give Floyd's a little shout out right here. It's made a difference in my life.
Yeah.
No doubt.
It's amazing stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I use the cream, but really sleeping just absolutely
Nice.
And I know they've got.
Yeah.
Let's do a little Floyd's commercial because I know they've got a new Sleepy Time gummy. Yeah, that's got.
Well,
the
I just
CBD.
used it on my flight.
Yeah.
I had my overnight.
Nice.
Real quick, we did crack of the week. What are you guys drinking Rusty Rail tonight?
We are.
Yes.
We got a 4-pack on the way out the door. We're drinking the Fog Monster IPA, their flagship.
Nice. I'm sitting here. Joey and I are looking at each other across the table, talking to you guys. I'm getting like a serious. It's freaking April.
Well, so I saved a Rusty Rail leaf tunnel for this episode. I knew
classy.
we were going to do a spring episode.
Yeah.
Like, do you want us, Tim? Like, did it
No,
go
because you might have COVID, and I don't want your COVID.
That's still a thing. Oh.
Last 2 weeks.
Every time Joey gets a little sniffle, and he's like, "I think you're taking twice daily COVID tests. Is that what's going on over here?"
Understandable. We do have allergens here, and I'm like, COVID? No, allergy. Okay.
Nice. Well, I'm going to tell you, I go back to the first unPAved that I did when I did the 50 when we left so early. I spent a long time at the unPAved party, and that was probably the thing. I did the big full pull last year, and I'm glad I did it, but I did miss that camaraderie at the end because I came in so late. So I'm excited for this year coming up to actually
Split the difference.
Yeah, spend a little.
But don't do the difference.
I'm
Well,
not going to do
wait,
the difference.
See what I did there?
I thought you guys are volunteering.
Oh, you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, I have you on my list.
Yeah,
So-
we have you guys down.
Yeah.
I will help Nate out at Patty or if Nate's volunteering or something. You need someone out there for.
So I just actually texted Joey last night because I saw that he registered. I'm like, did you register? I thought we were volunteering. He goes, no, I registered. Jess and I registered. We're going to ride.
Just in
So
case.
I'm like, okay, well, I'll do it. What we would like to do, though, and this can actually be our solicited volunteer. I want to set up an actual booth table thing at the Saturday window
Mhm.
and do
That
some
would be fun.
interviews with folks. I really
Yeah.
want to do
That's not
that.
volunteering for Dave. That's
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Because it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. It generates buzz and excitement, and
That'd be
I don't
great.
know, I really want to do.
I had you guys as the sweep of the difference.
No, they're not sweeping.
Oh, no.
No, no.
Yeah,
We
like
tried the leading. They're not leading out again, and they're definitely not sweeping.
double
Yeah,
double
that's-
sweep, double
I'd
sweep.
screw up both.
That's all you're doing all day long is the difference.
Oh my god.
So I assume Paul's not sleeping this year because
Oh, he just got it.
Is Paul not sweeping? Or do we not know?
Oh, we haven't talked to them about it yet. I know that they're going to try and do something with their tourism company, like doing an event with it, like they did for Buck 50 Corktown. But we haven't talked to them about it yet, so we'll see. So yeah, if you'd like, you certainly could sweep because you can't lead out anymore.
you basically swept,
I basically swept last year. Just
Right, so you got experience.
I remember down the backside of the little Dragon's Tooth, whatever the hell you want to call that thing, and encountering a van and
Scott.
rolling up to that van and going, "Am I the last one out here?" And the guy's like, "No, there's like 30 or 40 people behind you." And I'm like, "Oh my god, what a horrible day they're having." But like I said, it's in the midst of it, you kind of feel like you're suffering, but then when you're done, man, there's just like something that it's a little fire that gets lit for the next time you want to go out and do it. So it's fantastic.
Nice.
So how can interested folks find out more and hopefully get in on registrations before it's all shut down?
So the website's
Well,
unpavedpennsylvania.com, which Cimmaron just redid. Thankfully, looks great.
Yeah, whole new website and a lot more information. I think that's the biggest thing. We just added a lot of the painful details to help people decide, and a lot of the celebration points and good pictures.
I guess really, if you
It's-
just Googled unpaved Susquehanna River Valley, you're going to find it.
Yeah,
And that's all you
we think we pretty much got that covered now. Things unpaved and tends to end up on us. It's unpaved PA on Facebook. It's unpaved Pennsylvania on Instagram. Those are the best social media outlets for us as well.
Cool. And anything that you guys want to toss out there that we haven't talked about that's event related or even not event related?
Well, two things. One, it's filling up fast, and if you already signed up, book your lodging because that fills up.
Yeah.
So I did that. I went on Airbnb and found an Airbnb that's 5 blocks from the Miller Center, and the guy had not opened 22 yet. I did this, Joey?
You just drive it home.
I did it like literally almost right after the event was over, and I emailed the guy who runs the at Airbnb. I said, "Hey, dude, can you open up these dates for me?" And he did. So I booked
Nice.
it like
Nice.
over a year ahead of time.
Smart.
Yeah, and it's really 5 blocks from the Miller
Perfect.
Don't wait like I do.
Center. Yeah, don't be like Joey. Don't be like Airbnb Joey. All right, you guys want to stick around? Please say.
Can I
yes.
throw one other thing in real quick?
Yes, absolutely.
Also helping to bring Grind Duro to Pennsylvania, and we're excited about that happening in June. I hear, Joey, you're coming to that? Is that true? Is that fact?
I am officially signed up. It was my birthday.
Hot diggity.
My lovely wife.
Yeah, I'm
I will
excited
be
about
there.
that. I mean, you can be in your roof tent.
I don't know. I actually got to text someone about how camping. I'm camping.
Okay.
I can
Okay.
sleep on the ground. Anyway.
Yeah. There's
Grind Duro
the
seems
Sullivan County Fairgrounds where the venue is, has camping there.
There you go.
Are you camping?
Say it again.
Are you camping for that one?
I might just be sleeping under a car somewhere or something. It's a 3-day, that is full on 3-day festival confined in the fairgrounds. And people go, wow, it's expensive. It's like, that's because it's a 3-day bike party.
Oh yeah, I would say I looked at the price and then you look at it all. I'm like, this is an experience, is what I'm calling
Yeah.
it.
There you go.
It's not a lot for what you're getting.
They bring a show. Like, I can just say, seeing on the background of things, it's going to be a good time. So just want to Throw that out there as well.
I want to add one thing. Cimmaron, welcome to the family because,
Thank
I mean,
you.
here we've been talking for, what, 40, 45 minutes? And, yeah, Dave, yeah. Y'all are
Yeah.
a good team over there. Gonna make
Yeah.
unPAved something grown up and not that it needs to change, but wow, I'm excited.
So
From the
We
inside, it
are-
needed to change, and it's changing for the better, and that's great.
Yeah.
when can we have a Grand Duro episode?
Probably afterwards.
There you go. All right, this or that. Y'all ready? I'm gonna toss the first one. It's gonna come.
I haven't told her what this is about yet. You may want to give her a little bit of heads up.
Okay, I'll give you a little heads up. This or that. We're gonna
Okay.
take two things, put them up against each other, and you have to make a choice. You can explain
Okay.
yourself if you'd like to, but you don't necessarily have to. But the only rule is that you actually have to make a choice.
Okay, sure.
You're up first, or actually, you know what? Since I'm gonna toss it to Dave first, then you get to follow Dave, then me, then Joey. Does that work?
Okay,
Okay.
sure.
Okay. First one up, and this is related to my little bike packing weekend, but you can actually kind of make it work for yourself. The Western Maryland Rail Trail speed bumps with the roots that grow underneath the asphalt, or actually just going ahead and sitting on the towpath gravel.
Ooh, wow. You know what? I'm gonna take the NAR. I'm gonna take some adventure and keep me on my toes. I want to have my crotch fall asleep on that rail trail. Yeah, hit me in the roots.
Cimmaron, you're up.
Okay. Suck it to me.
No, you have to pick one of those two.
You gotta pick.
Oh, the same question?
Same one.
Same
Yeah.
question. Yeah.
The same question? Oh, what? Well, actually, I was thinking about that, so I guess I'm going to go. I would take the rail trail because I've been really working on my speed. And
Ooh.
I really have been enjoying getting like in this zone where I'm spinning so fast, I'm spinning with my bike.
Nice. Nice. I like
So I want to keep working on that.
I just had 26 mile trail speed bumps, and sometimes it's like hitting a curve, and there's like 8 of them in a row. Gravel for me all day long. Joey.
Yeah, it's called like the Dards of Doom. Just smash. I'm gonna take this.
Just you can bunny hop them. You get up over them.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me.
Just jump them all.
Rotate.
Just jump them all.
Just hop it. Hop
Yeah.
it. Second item on this or that. The Pennsylvania Dirtbags or the North Carolina Outsiders. Basically the same people.
Or just younger versions of the Lone Wolf Field Marshals.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So really it comes down to, I think the Dirtbags and the Outsiders are kind of
Would there be like some like rivalry like with the Greasers and the
Yeah. So
Hatfields,
I'll say this.
McCoys.
Pennsylvania Dirtbags are flannel, and the North Carolina Outsiders wear
jean vest.
straight up black jean vests with patches all over them. We had a lot of fun with
Wow.
those boys at Croatan.
God,
So
I
guess
have
maybe
both.
we could. You actually, you could do that.
You have
do that.
No, I mean, I have flannel and I have the vest with all the patches on it. So, shoot.
do it up.
But, oh my God, this is easy. PA Dirtbags
Okay. Yeah, y'all
That's
have to
cake.
go that direction.
and your natty lights.
I'm wearing flannel right now, so Pennsylvania Dirtbags.
Yeah.
I wanna
You're officially
balance-
one tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Yes, yes, I am.
I'm gonna balance things out a little bit, and this is
Carolina
really tough.
again.
I don't want either one of these groups to feel because
Someone will shank you.
I know the Outsiders will shank you. I think they'll come at you. Oh man, this is really hard. I'm gonna go with.
You can be
Dirtbags.
wrong and choose North Carolina. That's fine.
No. I'm gonna go with Dirtbags just
Yeah, the same
because
thing, choose North Carolina versus PA.
it's flannel. Now those Outsiders happen to like hook me up with some like black vests with
flannel?
some patches. Yeah. Oh,
So black flannel?
That's the answer.
Black flannel.
Bingo.
With a
There
red
it
jean
is.
jacket.
Those
It's a good
dirtbag
band
boys,
name.
they take
Yeah.
care of us
Yeah.
down here in GTD. So we love bag boys. Joey,
I mean, it is the outsiders knew how to throw a party at Croatan,
absolutely.
and then we were hanging out a little bit this past weekend at Dirty Kitten.
Yeah.
But the dirtbag.
Yeah.
We need to have an event where we get both of them together.
What we
Both
need to,
groups.
you know what we
Oh,
need to do?
yes.
We've made
Because-
some connections now. We need to.
I got honorary patches and stuff.
Let's get
If
on.
only
and-
there was an event in Pennsylvania that we've been
I
just
know.
talking about for an
Yeah.
hour
Yeah,
that would
yeah,
work for that.
We're sending invites.
Not to send Mike.
Yeah, we're sending invites.
I just think it would be
Yeah.
a hell of a party.
Oh my God, if you got both those groups together,
Oh my God.
holy,
Yep.
holy cow, we'd stretch that into Tuesday, maybe even Wednesday.
Yeah. We have extra nights.
Yeah, I'm not going
I don't
anywhere.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cimmaron lives here now, so yeah, we're good.
We can have it at my farm.
There you. Whoa.
Don't go. Wait. She hasn't met them yet.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll talk.
It's a big farm. I could. I don't know.
That place would get burnt.
It sounds fun right now.
So what you're saying is there's no equivalency in this in Utah.
No,
no,
I'm
Utah, they
I'm
hide
really
the liquor
needing
behind the
some
counter.
debauchery
Yeah. Utah.
in
I
my
remember
farm
that was the
life.
one- that was the one weird thing when I was in St. George is to like even just like a little Applebee's or whatever, and the bar was empty because they had to hide all the liquor in the back.
And they count how much. Yeah.
Yeah, it
The
was
Zion
like-
curtain. Yes,
It
yes.
felt
It's
very
it's
weird.
it's very weird, and you
Okay.
make a lot of friends in backyard parties. Anyway, but I want to have a bigger backyard party because I'm gonna have a big farm.
Excellent. Third item: kettle corn or bourbon infused whoopie pies.
Bourbon infused whoopie pies. Next.
I want kettle infused bourbon.
What? Oh.
Yeah, bourbon infused kettle corn. Yeah, I'm voting for that.
I like that answer. I like that answer.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with the bourbon whoopie pies because I brought a whole bunch of those home last year. Joey. I
That's
know.
tough because the fall festival. This is a fall festival question for folks listening. I bought like 3 bags of kettle corn, and then I just drank enough free samples from the moonshine pit. Where I
Then all of a sudden you had 3 bags of kettle corn.
I think no, I bought 1 bag of kettle corn, drank the moonshine, and went back and bought more kettle corn.
They're working. They're
Yeah.
working together, is what it comes down
Yeah.
to.
I
Make a
think I'm gonna
choice.
go with the whoopie pies because I love bourbon, but man, I look forward to that kettle corn truck. Going on a good time
Yeah.
getting it paved.
Yep.
So,
I just know that I've been working every fall festival, so I've never had any infused whoopie
man,
pies.
We're gonna call this the Dave experience. I'm just gonna get all the stuff and bring it.
Oh
Yeah.
that was fun. Okay.
Dave, you're
last
gonna have the
item-
best year this year.
Damn straight Skippy. Hell yeah.
Last item on this is that sandals with pants or socks with sandals. Guess who wrote this one?
It wasn't me.
That was a quality Instagram picture we had from last year.
I love that photo.
I guess I would, as much as I used to live in Florida, I'm gonna go with. I can't go with socks and sandals. Sorry, I'm gonna have to go with sandals with pants.
Sandals with pants on girls look actually really good. So, and
Yeah.
and when you live in the desert, that's just kind of the fashion. So, that's easy. It's
I do sandals with pants all the time, Joey.
Half pants or full pants?
Both pants. I do with full pants.
You gotta-
and half pants. But I do with full pants.
Well-
I do with full pants, especially like a nice. If you're at the beach, a nice pair of linen pants with your nice
oh yeah.
sandals,
Yeah.
Joey. Yeah, Joey.
Not Crocs.
No, not Crocs. But I just wear Crocs all the time anyway. With my winter
Socks and
Crocs,
Crocs.
summer Crocs. Yeah.
That was my other title. Yeah, socks and Crocs. Well, I think Mr. Ritchie was the best part of that photo, but I was pulled off.
It's
the
true.
sandals and-
Tom wouldn't run with either.
No, I doubt it. I obviously I was wearing socks or pants and sandals. I was it's my traveling outfit.
Your traveling pants. So
That's a minute before that I ended up with a freaking 30 pack of Natty Light from the dirt bags. Instead I had to put the trucks out.
And 10 minutes before that, you were cursing with the U-Haul because you locked your keys inside of it. But that's, oh, look at the time. All right, we should go.
yeah, Joey, that was that was the first experience time that we rubbed Floyd's all over each other, right?
Oh.
That little time right there, yeah.
Oh, in the parking lot.
Yeah. We even did that in public. So, yeah, that's the way it works. That's the way we
It's a
roll.
glorious morning.
It is about time to shut this thing down. Do you guys have anything else from the unpaid side that you want to toss out there before we do that?
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us again. You guys have been fantastic for unPAved over the years. So again, really appreciate all the love you've given us over the years. I think pretty much every episode. So thank you again.
The love is mutual. The love is
longest
mutual.
running event.
Oh yeah.
I cannot wait to have a beer with you guys. So cheers.
Oh, let's make that happen. Okay, thanks everybody for listening to this episode of Mid-Atlantic Gravel Travel and Dirt. If you enjoy the friend, that's all I'm going to say this week, Joey. If you enjoy the podcast, just tell a friend to go listen. Send them an episode. Send them a link to an episode that's fantastic, and that'll be this episode. And that's what helps us out. How can folks get in touch with us, Joe?
Our Grams is at what are we at? Mid-Atlantic GTD. Website's Gravel Travel Dirt. I'll give Brian his homework if you want to hear our 2021 unPAved recap.
Ooh.
So we can really get the details fresh off of it.
That was a really good episode. I've listened to it a lot.
That was one of my favorite ones we've done.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go gather a bunch
Get our
of
first interview with Dave,
of
and then that one,
unPAved
put it in the
links.
show notes.
Yep,
Oh,
put
geez.
all sorts of links in the show
So,
notes. Folks,
you're going to send those to the Smithsonian.
Mid-Atlantic Gravel Travel and Dirt is recorded this week from all the way up in Pennsylvania to right here in Blake's Kitchen in Solomons, Maryland. Thanks for riding along. Until next time, do good, be nice, go slow, and respect others.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Bye.
Oh, we got to send Cimmaron a Love You Bye package.
Oh, yeah. We're
Sure.
going to get a Love You Bye package coming your way.
Oh, thank you. I want one.